What if I told you there may be foods sitting in your pantry right now that could outlast your grandchildren? Today I'm revealing 4 survival foods that practically never expire, and how to store them properly so they're still edible decades from now. Whether you're building an emergency food supply or just want to be prepared for unexpected situations, these 4 foods are absolute essentials. They're affordable, nutritious, and when stored correctly, they can remain safe to eat for 20, 30, or even 50 years. Let's dive in. When it comes to long-term protein storage, canned meat is unbeatable. We're talking chicken, beef, pork, and even specialty meats like salmon and tuna. The canning process is actually fascinating. Meat is sealed in an airtight container and subjected to extremely high temperatures, around 240 degrees Fahrenheit. This process accomplishes 2 critical things. It eliminates bacteria and microorganisms that cause spoilage and removes oxygen from the container, creating an environment where bacteria simply cannot survive. Here's the truth: most people don't know those best-by dates on canned meat. They're extremely conservative. While manufacturers might stamp a 2 to 5 year date on the can, properly stored canned meat can remain safe to eat for decades beyond that. But before we move on, let me give you 3 critical inspection points. First, check the can for dents, bulges, or rust. You don't want these. Second, inspect visually when opening and look for discoloration or separation. Third, use your nose. This is your best tool. If it smells off, don't risk it. While the meat remains safe to eat, you may notice changes in texture and flavor after 10 to 15 years. The nutritional value also decreases slightly over time. But in a survival situation, it's still valuable, safe protein. Next up is one of the most versatile survival foods out there: pasta. Spaghetti, macaroni, penne, egg noodles, they all fall into this category. Pasta has 3 characteristics that make it perfect for long-term storage. It could be made from durum wheat, which is an exceptionally hard wheat variety with high protein content, making it naturally resistant to spoilage. It has an ultra-low moisture content. Bacteria and mold need moisture to grow, but pasta gives them nothing to work with. And it has a simple composition, no preservatives needed when you're basically storing dried wheat. Here's where storage makes all the difference. Store-bought packaging is good for 2 to 3 years, but proper long-term storage can last 20 to 30 years or more. To store long-term, transfer to 5-gallon food-grade buckets, use mylar bags as an inner liner, add oxygen absorbers before sealing, and store in a cool, dry, dark location. The beauty of pasta is its versatility. Whether you're making spaghetti with marinara, mac and cheese, pasta salad, soup with noodles, or casseroles, you've got a filling, carb-rich base that can be combined with virtually any other ingredients in your storage. That's where canned fruits and vegetables come in. Fresh produce is ideal, but in emergency situations or when supply chains break down, canned options are lifesavers. Here's what most people get wrong. They think canning destroys all the nutrients. The reality is, the canning process actually preserves most vitamins and minerals remarkably well. So, you're getting legitimate nutrition, not just empty calories. Let's clear up the confusion about those dates stamped on cans. The best by date is really just a peak quality recommendation, not a safety deadline. Actually, canned foods are safe to eat for years, or even decades, beyond the printed date. The same canning principles that preserve meat apply here too. Before you eat older canned produce, check them just like you would for canned meats. From green beans to corn, peaches to pineapple, these additions can totally transform survival meals from bland to balanced. Plus, having that variety really helps with what people call food fatigue during extended emergencies. Our final forever food might surprise you: powdered milk. To be honest, it doesn't taste exactly like fresh milk. But when fresh dairy isn't available, powdered milk becomes invaluable for cereals, baking, cooking, and even just drinking. If you store it in its original packaging, you get about 2 to 5 years of shelf life. But if you use mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, you can get more than 20 years out of it. One of the best parts about these 4 foods, they're actually incredibly budget-friendly for building up your bulk storage. Keep an eye out for sales and discounts, since some stores are naturally cheaper than others. And if you compare these costs to pre-packaged survival food that can cost $10 to $30 per day of food, you'll see a huge difference. Plus, many of those survival foods require water to prepare, so you'd need even more extra water on hand. Just to give you a rough idea of costs for packaging supplies, Mylar bags are about $20 to $40 for 50 bags, oxygen absorbers can be around $15 to $25 per 100, and food-grade buckets are about $5 to $8 each, plus a little bit of your time. But honestly, when you calculate the cost per meal over 20 to 30 years, it's pennies on the dollar compared to buying commercial survival food. So there you have it, 4 foods that can literally last longer than most of us will be around to eat them. The key is proper storage and regular inspection. What's your go-to long-term storage food? Drop it in the comments below. I'm always looking for new ideas to add to my emergency supply, and if you found this helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're building a community of prepared, not paranoid people who just want to be ready for whatever comes our way.